Today I'll be speaking on multiple sclerosis and how it affects women and what are the challenges we face when we are treating a woman with multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is a chronic inflammatory disease of the central nervous system, affects the brain and the spinal cord, and this is more prevalent in the northern hemispheres in the colder climates than in the tropical climates, but now it's increasing even in our place. It affects women more than men, like many of the other autoimmune diseases. So let us see why this affects women more than men. And our concentration is going to be on women with multiple sclerosis and the different challenges she faces as she progresses in her life. So I'll be talking on these things: sex preference and multiple sclerosis. Why does multiple sclerosis prefer to be affecting women more? And then sexual problems in multiple sclerosis, menstruation in multiple sclerosis, contraception in multiple sclerosis, assisted reproductive techniques in multiple sclerosis, and how does pregnancy, delivery and lactation play a role in multiple sclerosis and postpartum relapses in multiple sclerosis, and subsequently I'll be ending with the effect of menopause and multiple sclerosis. So let us see why there is a preference in women. You can see the women is to men, the women are affected about 3.5 times more than the man, and now that it is markedly increased, and there is a definitely true increase in MS in women, not just the whole numbers, but there is a definite increase in the women being affected, and this can be because of many reasons as we will see shortly. This rapid increase reflects unidentified changes in the environment, in the nutrition, as well as genetic makeup of women is also nowadays changing. Environment affects multiple sclerosis very much, and they find that more of pollution can also affect women more than the men. And there is a theory that the X chromosome, which has a direct role in autoimmunity, is affected in women. And this inactivation in women may be skewed, and that is why women are affected much more. And there is a resulting over-representation of the MS susceptibility genes in the women. You find whenever you study the genetic association in multiple sclerosis, you find this HLA-DRB1 1501 allele is present in many of them, especially when there is an early age of onset. And in these people, the disease severity is also more, with more lesions seen on the MRI, and there is also a decrease in brain volume, which can produce more difficulty later on in life. And when they have a homozygote for this gene, it shows better treatment response to glatiramer acetate. Very important to remember that those persons who have HLA-DRB1 1501 allele show a better response to glatiramer acetate, so it is preferable to treat them with glatiramer acetate. Has estrogens got any role in MS? Estrogens have a role in neuroprotection. What happens is grey matter atrophy usually leads to the disability in MS, and this has been studied using the experimental allergic encephalitis models. This is with the rats, and this ossicle, they treated the mice and the rats with this, they had induced the experimental allergic encephalitis and treated them either with estrogen receptor alpha ligand or estrogen receptor beta ligand, ER beta ligand. And then when they took the MRI and did the histopathology, they noticed that there was preservation of this grey matter and Purkinje cells when you treat with estrogen receptor alpha ligand, not so with beta ligand. So there is some evidence that estrogen receptors do have a role in multiple sclerosis, and this has opened up a lot of avenues for research, and research is going on in this field. Apart from that, you find that in females with multiple sclerosis, they have an increased level of blood vessel receptor protein, otherwise known as SIPR2, than the males, and this protein is present even in the higher levels in brain areas that are typically affected.